What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Podcast, episode 254. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Trav.
We're checking arrows and waiting from afar with Adam.
This week we watched Gold.
There's gold in them. Yeah, right.
Efron.
I mean, we watched the trailer for this on the pod, right? And like, ever since Efron was in that Neighbors movie,
yeah.
I mean, I've been fucking with him. You know, I didn't know he had it in him. I'm not trying to be a doubter or anything.
Well, what did he do that fucking
High School Musical?
Yeah, it was like a Disney show, right, or something?
Well, seeing that and seeing him come to this now,
yeah.
I mean, if you're still still doubting the boy, like, a lot of people. Well, I mean, a lot of people, I guess, his big breakout. No, well, I wouldn't call it a breakout. The guy's been popular for a fucking decade, man.
Yeah.
But as far as like his range, I know he got some. He was really good in the Ted Bundy film.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that, but
I still haven't watched that either, but I would like to.
Plays a very good Ted Bundy. In a sea of imitators, he's the best one. I mean, come on. I mean, dude, like,
this is funny though.
Anyway, but no, like, he did a lot of facting in this movie, not a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how you know somebody can act, dude, when they can hold an audience for goddamn an hour and a half, just them.
Yeah, and I mean, just trying to survive.
Well, I mean, Ryan Reynolds spent an entire movie underground or in the ground. He just did the same thing, just above.
Yeah.
Which is no easy feat.
Yeah. But I love how like cut and dry this film is. You know what I mean? It's like, because normally in survival type movies like this, you'll have the setup, the lead in, the initial the initial abandonment, I guess you could say. And then you get moments of reflection with flashbacks, things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this, like, all you know is he's going to this place.
Yeah. No backstory.
Yeah.
Nothing.
The world looks like it's like Mad Max. You know what I mean?
It looks like nobody listened to Gojira all these years.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. Global warming looks like it was happening for sure. And you didn't need any of that. Like, it was just a man, and like he let his pocket get the better of him, man.
Well, how telling is it that it's the kind of film where if you sit and watch it, they don't have to explain it because we've all just been like this. Like, the guy who wrote it obviously doesn't, he's aware that the audience isn't fucking stupid.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
we were all in on it.
Yeah, and I just really love the way that they did that, and you kind of see his trials that he has to go through, more or less, if you want to consider it that.
I mean, you see it when he goes full Kratos, as I call it.
Yeah,
he's got the blood and the ash on his face. That shot where it's slowly pulling back and he's just looking at the camera and he just looks fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That shit at this point.
Yeah.
And to add to what you were saying, Griffin, the movie absolutely cut and dry and very, very much like it was just really really, really simple.
Well, dude, 20 minutes in, it's like, this is what we're doing. We're already in it.
I mean, the movie it also tells you, it's got classic foreshadowing. Like, the first 15 minutes tells you exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, I knew that motherfucker was waiting on him to die.
Yeah.
When they're sitting there talking about who's going to stay.
Yeah.
And, the guy starts, riddling off or, riling off, sounding off on scenarios. And he's like, after a couple of days, you say you're fine right now because I'm here with a truck. But when I'm gone, like, you're going to start losing your shit, dude.
Yeah.
And I like the I liked how, I knew right off the bat, I was like, this motherfucker's gonna run out of water.
Oh
When
yeah.
dude was like, hey, turn that fucking thing off.
Well, dude,
Run
he
up my
was
light
even. You
bill.
could tell he was conning his ass because he was like, "I'll stay here and you take the truck and go get an excavator." And it's like, "I'm gonna give you a guy's name, dude. This dude don't know where the fuck he's at."
Well, he
No.
also
So the
tells him
dude
over the
was bullshitting.
campfire.
Yeah.
Over the campfire, dude tells him, he's like, look, don't take it personal. I don't trust
Well,
you.
when he said that, he's thinking, "Yeah, I don't trust you either. So how about I stay here?" And the
Yeah.
guy was like, "My dude." Dude, we don't
Well,
even
it
know how long
almost
he'd been watching him.
well, it's almost like the movie tricks you into being as obsessed with the piece of gold as the characters
Dude,
are.
he's
Yeah.
when he built this little
Because you,
shelter, he put a window in it so he could stare at it. And I'm like, I don't think that's what the guy had in mind when he's like, keep an eye on it. You know, he's like, I broke a piece off.
well, he
Yeah.
was sitting there with a stick sticking out of his ass, and he fucking just reached out and had to touch it.
Yeah.
Like his dying breath is going to be touching that gold.
Yeah.
When he grabbed that stick and started to pull it out, I was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's
Just
gonna
break it
start
off.
bleeding.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he used the lid of that fucking can
Oh,
to cauterize the.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like, dude, I know we're just regurgitating how simple it is, but I mean, dude, we got a lot with not a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
And it
Well,
shows you that a bare bones script can go a long way.
exactly. That's what I was fixing to say. It really, really shows you that, like, this is not reinventing the wheel at all. Like, this is something that we've seen before. We've seen on a bigger scale, we've seen on smaller scale. This is like cut and dry, a story of survival and greed. That's all that it is at the end of the day, and betrayal. And that's all you need to. And as long as it is written very well, the pacing is very well, and you have a really, really strong person that can carry 98% of the film, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
And that's exactly what they did, man. And I love it. Like, I mean, and this is what I was telling Adam earlier when we were kind of going back and forth about it. Like, I got some A24 vibes off this. You know
hmm
what I mean?
Yeah, there were
Um,
moments that, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And they've been doing that a lot where they'll take, some of the films will be like just one, two, a couple, a handful of actors doing some shit. And it's like the writing's been very good. The fucking the acting and the scenarios, like everything's been fantastic. And it just shows you that like not everything has to be explosions and fucking
yeah,
world ending events. And like I love watching stuff like this because it really does show you like how simple. Because we could go out here in my backyard and we could film something like this.
yeah,
As long as it's written well and we have someone that can carry it, it doesn't matter if it was shot in my backyard. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It really like gives you like that whole Kevin Smith thing. You know what I mean? Like he made a movie with a budget of like less than $30,000 and with his friends. This had it had Zac Efron in it. You know what I mean? But like I guarantee you this motherfucker didn't make shit off this movie.
nah, dude, it only raked in like what was it? A box office, a little almost $3,000. So
Yeah.
probably didn't show in
So
very many places, and they only probably did that just so it could be recommended for. The
yeah,
budget
yeah.
was 6.5. Now, you pay. They shot it in Australia.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely had to have a good makeup artist on hand. The makeup didn't look bad either.
No,
Yeah,
it looked great.
it looked like they aged him like 5 years,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude was like, I got
Uh,
water here, and I'll give you this. I'm like, you need to leave some sunscreen behind, motherfucker. This dude
Yeah,
is fucking
right.
chalk.
He's peeling. Yeah. It's just refreshing to see something like this come out in 2022. And this is something that like, I would recommend this to certain people.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't recommend this to everybody, but I would
Nah.
recommend this over like a lot of these other like survival, quote unquote survival films,
Yeah.
well, this is a movie you could safely recommend to, like, say, you could recommend it to your parents. It's got an old school vibe to it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like, this is like a movie I feel like I would have picked off like picked up off my my uncle's movie shelf
Yeah. Yeah.
back in the day. It would be on the same shelf with like some of the westerns, even though it's not in the same genre, but like those types of just very simple stories.
Yeah.
And and how about like I know some people probably would roll their eyes at it. I didn't. I thought it was clever. But the use of them telling them, they're like, hey, you know, uh watch your water, don't, don't put yourself in a tight spot. Lo and behold, he's in said tight spot, meets the stranger, and then the stranger starts talking to him, that first one before he kills her. And she's like, you dehydrate and you're gonna start seeing
Yeah, you're
shit,
gonna
like,
start
oh, you're
tripping,
fucked,
dude.
Well, when the twin shows up, or the sister or whatever at the end there, and how that plays into all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was
I thought
mad
that
tripping because he's like, I thought I killed you. Now, I knew it was a different because I was like, it doesn't have the same scar around the lips.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
different person. I mean, it's probably the same actress, but so I was like, I
I
think
was
she's
so
real,
how satisfying was it though to see dude show up and her pick him off with the
Yep.
arrow.
Yeah.
Because I was pissed,
Oh
man.
yeah, I was
That
mad,
was
dude, when those dogs were dragging
this
him
is a
away.
movie that takes you down that corridor of like, oh man, it better not end this way. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I just watched 90 minutes of just
Of
pure
suffering.
Kind
just
of had
pure
Yeah.
that No
like
Country for Old Men
helplessness.
ending, that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just goes full departed. Yeah, no country. Like, dude gets out. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna claim my. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Hell,
I
that
loved
woman
it, man.
probably knew it was there.
Yeah.
She stuck around. They both knew they was hiding something.
Well, like
Yeah.
there was. Well, I mean, like there was a reason why it was like a big deal to cross that land anyway.
Yeah.
Not just because it's the desert. I would say, like they pass all this sign that's like, yo, you're out here. So I just assumed I was like, okay, you're out in wasteland. Like shit is fucked out here.
Yeah.
Like
That's where the
you thought that was bad. You could still go get a can of fucking piss and dog water, and be okay. Out
yeah.
here, you're fucked.
That's where that radiation sensor on your suit on Fallout starts going crazy.
Yeah,
What's that?
That's
Rat away?
well,
What's that shit
worse,
you have
like
to
a
take?
fucking.
yeah, rads.
I'm assuming because of like some of the music cues, like when he was walking through the town and stuff. I'm assuming that like he's way like he's in the Middle East for some reason.
I mean, maybe the United States has been fucking hit with a nuke.
Well, I mean, clearly the world's fucked, but like
Yeah, I mean,
but I was just because like that was the thing too, like because they did a good job of not specifying time and place and making it to where it it says it's in the not so distant future, but 10, 15 years, 20.
yeah, I
But
mean, but I like the mystery of it, like,
I
and
was
because
surprised of this whole film for sure. Yeah,
yeah, well, all that like all that questioning goes away once you're in the thick of it. Like once it comes down to like, oh, there's gold here, of course, because it's called gold. But once you're like, okay, this is a story about survival and greed and all this shit, it's like it's interesting because this dude's running away, right? He's trying to get away from something, and then the fact that like whenever it comes on, you're like, where are they? Why is this the way that it is? What's this dude's deal? All that melts away, just like it did for the character. It's kind of genius.
well, it shows you that. Well, another underlying theme is that it's nice guys finish last, man.
Yeah. Well, I
Because
mean,
all throughout the movie, man, or at least at the beginning, he was nice to a degree. He gave the food to the woman
Until he
and the
killed
yeah,
the
baby on the
woman.
train. Do
yeah,
what?
yeah,
Until
until
he
he killed
killed
the
the
woman.
woman.
Well,
That's
yeah.
when it was
Well, it
like,
was the thing
oh,
it's like the story keeps telling him, like, hey, you're gonna have to break your rule. Hey, you're gonna have to break your rule, man. And then finally he does, and it's like, oh, too late, man.
With a
Wrong
tagline, for everything he'll do anything.
Yeah. And he did.
And he killed the one person he should have been nice to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could have helped him, like, legitimately. Yeah.
Put a little too much
Like,
trust in that guy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Ain't
yeah,
no way I
awfully
would have stayed
quick.
there. I'd have been like, nah, let's just put some dirt on it and go get the thing and come back. Ain't nobody gonna pick it up and walk off with it.
He still probably would have killed the kid.
Probably.
You know?
I mean, oh yeah. Whenever he was like, we're rich, we're gonna split it, and I was like,
Yeah.
Well, him putting that dog out of its misery showed you the type of person he was. You're
I
like,
said that
okay.
to Griffin right
Yeah.
before you got on here. And plus this right here. Whenever they get in the car and he's like, I'm gonna charge you this for this, and then he's like, well, it was $200. Yeah, but you got, and he's like, oh, okay, that's fine. He was already trying to fuck him over.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well, like what it even showed you too, like the way he killed it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Putting it out of its misery it was a good thing.
But beating it to death with a rock.
Yeah, you know, like
God
nah.
damn.
I did
Wow.
see where
Some underlying don't give a fuck, you know.
when they were filming it in Australia, they had a lot of sandstorms,
Yeah.
and it would shut filming down for long periods of time. And there's even a whole day where they were shut down, and the cinematographer was like, well, wait a minute. Instead of using a fan to fake that sandstorm,
Let's do it
why
for
don't we get a
real?
motherfucking camera out and film it? Now, I don't think they
Yeah.
filmed the part where he gets hurt, but that was real sandstorm footage, you know,
I
mixed
mean, that
in
shit
with a
was
little
scary.
yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
fuck. I was like, oh, it's just a little sandstorm. Shit,
Nah,
it blew
dude,
that
there's a
tree
tornado.
away. It
Yeah.
Of course the cinematographer would be like production value, or like, you know, or what would you call it? Yeah, production value or whatever.
Yeah. But like, fuck it, dude. Let's fucking do this.
They said they that shot where it's over his shoulder when he gets hit with the limb and shit.
Yeah.
They strapped a camera on his back and said, "Get out in it, like run around," you know.
Yeah.
Like he really went for it though, man. Like that one scene where he wakes up after that and he's in the dirt.
Yeah.
And it's all in his eyes and his mouth. Like it's for real, all in his shit.
Yeah. Right.
He was like, I mean, he went for it, dude.
Yeah. It paid off though, man.
It did.
You know, it kind of sucks that it got the small release that it got, but I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I understand.
I feel like it'll gain traction in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once it actually branches out.
I could see that. I'm gonna give it a full star, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I really did enjoy it.
I guess I could see what you're saying, that even with its 90-minute runtime, I could see where people might not be sold on the slow trog through, inner reflection and all of that stuff and everything. I could see where people wouldn't like it, but I feel like it's a solid formula that's held up throughout the years, because it doesn't reinvent the wheel.
The reviews are mixed. You got people that are like loved it, 5 stars, you know. And then you got
Yeah.
people that are like, what? All of that for this? Remember No Country?
Yeah.
When that movie
Remember
came
The
out,
Departed?
people were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You can't end movies
Yeah.
like that. It's like, yeah, you can, dude, because like in real life, that's probably what would have happened.
So we're the fucking Coen brothers. We can end movies however the fuck we want to end movies. Yeah. Great. I mean, I really liked it, man.
It makes me want to see Efron with that look for the movie in a Western.
Oh yeah. Could you imagine? Maybe get Timothy Oliphant in there with him.
Oh man, that'd be good. Have Oliphant be the sheriff and Efron the deputy.
Yeah.
Just make it training day in 1800.
We could write it.
Do y'all remember at the beginning when he got off the train, he walked up to the window and he's like, there's somebody here that's supposed to take me to the compound.
Yeah.
That dude just staring at that TV, like just that whole room, that look, all of that. I was like, that's real as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like I've been in, I mean, not look like exactly like that, but I've been somewhere like that where motherfuckers just watching TV and don't give a fuck what you're saying.
Yeah.
That dude, he was like, you got a bathroom? You could tell they were in Australia when he went out there. It was just a hole in the ground. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, I loved it.
What would you do for a chunk of gold that big?
I mean, I'm not really that greedy.
well, dude, how you gonna get it out of there?
Well, like, I'm the type of person that, like, if I found a briefcase full of money, right, I would have like a real contemplation of like, what am I going to do with this? You
I
know what I
would
mean?
hide it somewhere for a very long time,
Well, I mean, and
just to
that's,
make
dude,
sure that nobody comes to kill me.
I would
Yeah,
be so paranoid
yeah,
and so fucking nervous, like it would drive me insane. I already know. And like, I mean, the only way that it's happening is like if there's a group of people there and we find it like in the fucking middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
And we agree in that moment that we're going to count this money, we're going to split this money right here. We're never going to speak of this money ever again.
yeah.
And
We're not
even
doing a
then,
simple plan.
And we
no,
leave the briefcase.
yeah, right.
And it would
We take
help
a
if
shit
there's
in it.
signs that it's been there a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
if there's cracks on the leather,
Yeah,
like
like it looks like it's been there a while.
Yeah.
if it looks
That
like
helps.
it looks yeah, it falls under the finders keepers category.
Because,
Yeah.
dude, all those movies, A Simple Plan, fucking No Country. Anytime somebody finds a large amount of money, it don't end well for everybody.
No.
So if we've
Well, I
learned
guess
anything,
here's the better question. How long before y'all realistically give up instead of just sitting through it like Efron did?
when I had that chunk of gold, when that truck came by, my ass would have been out of there.
Yeah.
Same.
Would have been out of there,
Same.
dude.
That's so funny. I
Now
would
I
be
Yeah.
would
like,
have
man, I'm
already
walking.
walked. That woman told him there was a water hole 4 meters that way. I would already went there. I'd have been taking a bath in that shit, hydrate my skin,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, you broke off one piece. Hell, break off another. See how many pieces you can break off.
Yeah.
And then the first time that thing comes by, I'm handing the guy a chunk and saying, give me a ride.
Yeah. Let's go.
Hopefully he doesn't kill you.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is like, it's not going to be hard to find. There was a road sign
Yeah.
like across the road from it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, the tree's gone, but fuck the tree. The road sign's still there, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could make a landmark.
Yeah.
You could pile rocks in a certain way that
Yeah.
looks normal, but that's the spot.
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, I probably wouldn't have even like if I'm on a weird fucking camping trip with some dude I don't
I
know
wouldn't
and
have
we
told him.
stumble across. Well, I wouldn't said anything. I wouldn't have done anything. If the dude discovered it, I'd have been like, "You can have it. I
Yeah.
don't want it. I don't know anything about anything. I've seen too many movies."
Yeah. I'm going to need that ride that I paid you
Yeah.
for,
Yeah. Yeah. Take that out of the ride, you know? So,
Dude, by that second time he calls him and he's like, where are you? And he's like, it's going to be a little bit longer. I'm like, this motherfucker, dude. He's
yeah.
going to let him die just so he can get it all for himself.
Yeah.
And give me the monies. Fucking, And,
Yeah.
but the way he was talking, he's like, he's all hoarse. And he's like, well, did you fix the pump yet? The hose? And he's like, what the fuck, dude? I did that. And I was like, oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Either way, Mama didn't raise no bitch when it came to Zac Efron's character though, because he straight up went out like a champ.
He did.
Yeah. Fuck getting ate alive by dogs.
Dude, he was
You
sitting there
know?
looking at that piece of paper
Yeah.
that said change your life in like 5 or 6 months, and they were ripping his intestines out.
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa. that's a shitty way to go.
Yeah.
I don't know though. They put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
He was already fucked up. Like, dude,
Yeah.
even if he lived through that situation, ain't no way he was ever gonna look like he did before. We're
No,
talking
dude.
serious scarring. Like,
Yeah. Do you have acne in high school?
he's
Nah.
like, fucking got lost in Australia one time for. We don't even know how
Yeah.
long he was out there.
Yeah. I mean, he said it was going to take what, 2 days to get there, 2 days to
It was
get back.
He
like,
said
what
like
happened to your
8
face?
total.
He's like,
Yeah.
I was waiting. He was like, I was waiting for waiting in line for Burning Man. I was the first one there.
Come to find out it was about me,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Burning Man is a tribute to Zac Efron.
I can't wait to see, like you said, I love Efron's range so far. Very talented comedic actor. You know, did great in this. Dramas he's great in. Like, I can't wait to see
He's
what else
total
he
package,
does.
dude.
He really is. Like,
Well, it's always a win when you see quote unquote heartthrob characters
yeah,
actually show you that they can actually act.
like Gosling, the
Yeah,
gods, the
DiCaprio,
goose.
fucking
the
Yeah,
ghost.
I mean,
Goose.
and to be fair though, Efron could be the young DiCaprio if he wanted to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I can see where he's kind of there. Yeah, like there would be DiCaprio, the goose, and then him.
Yeah. There's definitely a fucking
But
a
honestly,
thread to him.
yeah,
But
5 stars.
yeah. But we got a little bit of movie news here. Schwarzenegger provides an update on the Twins sequel, Triplets. So this is what he had
wow.
to say about it. We had a little setback because the man that was supposed to direct it, who directed the first one, Ivan Reitman, had passed away. We're going to wait a little bit until this project. We're going to wait a little bit until this whole thing cools down, and then we're going to readdress it. But that's a project that's supposed to film in October, but we just have to now look into a different director and see if we are going to continue with the project. So based on the update here, it's saying that, you know, it may not even come to fruition,
Could
which, I
see that
mean,
happening.
yeah, I mean, to be fair,
It doesn't need to happen.
well, it doesn't need to happen. And realistically, who's clamoring for a twin sequel?
Yeah, especially one that Reitman's not going to direct now.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. But it's one of those things where it's like, it'd be cool to see the gang get back together.
Mm-hmm.
But is it real? Is it going to be like Bill and Ted? You know what I mean? Like, how is it going to play out? And I don't know. I mean, take it or leave it. I'm okay with it either way. But here we've got some Spawn reboot development is getting hot and heavy, according to Todd McFarlane. So McFarlane has provided yet another promising update on the development of the upcoming Spawn reboot, revealing that progress on the long-awaited project is getting hot and heavy. So he was speaking with Comic Book Nation, and he said, I think that anytime any of those have success, so they're talking about Venom and Joker for introducing wider audiences to the idea of a comic book anti-hero leading a tentpole blockbuster. He said, I think that anytime any of those have success, I think it began a little bit with what Venom did, because he's sort of an anti-hero and then really got turbocharged with Joker. Now, like you're saying, the iteration of Batman and Moon Knight we're seeing, that there is a hunger here, or a hunger there, that everything doesn't have to quite go down to the 7-year-old level. The proposed Spawn reboot has been in development for quite some time, and while there has been very little in terms of major update, McFarlane believes that the huge success of Venom and Joker, as well as the recent Batman and Marvel's upcoming Moon Knight, will help him finally bring Spawn back to the big screen. So this is what Bloom had to say about it, about their approach. It's going to be very different. It's going to be very different. It's going to be very edgy. What excited me about it is that Spawn is kind of the last great unexploited comic. So that seemed like an amazing opportunity to exploit it. No, he didn't say that.
Yeah.
It's taken
was
longer
thinking
than I
that.
hoped. Yeah, it's taken longer than I hoped it would have to get the story right, but we're working on it. So, I mean, I don't know if this is ever going to come out, man. Like they've been working on the Spawn movie for like
Dude,
3 or 4 years
we've been
now.
talking about it as long as we've been doing this podcast.
Yeah,
mean, really.
legit, right? Yeah,
Happening, it's not. It's happening, it's not. It's
yeah.
Then they're even talking about some kind of spin-off TV show.
Well, see that they were supposed to do a spin-off TV show, and Kevin Smith was working on it. I can't remember the name of it. They had a comic series that was like basically the Gotham PD version of like the Spawn universe. I can't, and it focused around two characters. Was it Max and I don't know.
Sam.
Anyway, Sam and yeah, something like
It's
that.
actually under that article.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. They've coupled them together there.
Yeah, Sam and Twitch.
That's it.
Yeah. So this is from June the 11th, 2021. So it's a Spawn TV spinoff. Sam and Twitch is happening with Mayor of Easttown producers. So like that's that was something that Kevin Smith was working on, right? And I think what's his name from Fat Man on Batman?
Mark Bernard.
Yeah, I think Mark Bernard was going to write it, and Kevin Smith was maybe going to produce it or direct some of them and help write it or something like that. But like, haven't heard anything else from Smith about it.
He
like
keeps
in
teasing
years.
something.
Like he talked about.
So it might be what he's teasing. He's been teasing something that he can't talk about yet, but he's been teasing it. Could be that.
Yeah. It could be, man. But I mean, at the same time, like they could be bringing like Clerks, the animated series back, or it could. I mean, realistically, it could be almost anything, But like to me, like I'm almost at the point, and we'll get to another article here where I'm almost to this point now, where it's like, until we get some like photos on set or something, can we just like leave it alone? You know what I mean? Because like McFarlane, he's basically wanting to inject this like this fandom. He's wanting to inject this this hype, and like the way that it's going to work for Spawn, because Spawn is it's not really an underground comic, right? But it's one of those more like the fans are very particular about that comic, right? So I don't think people are going to get excited for it until they actually see like some type of footage from it to see the direction that they're actually taking with the film. And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing at all.
No.
I just think that like,
well, they need to like put some information out there.
Yeah, like who's going to be the villain? Yeah. Like I would love to see a render of what his fucking costume's going to look like.
And is it going to be Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, exactly.
Jamie Renner going to be in it? Because they're saying that too. Like,
yeah. So like, come on, let's get it together here. So the Warner Brothers head shares DCEU vision, says future movies will prioritize quality. After the resounding success of the Batman, fans should expect more DC movies to be along the same lines, standalone and boasting a unique vision. Warner Brothers Picture chairman Toby Emmerich recently shared his vision for the DC Extended Universe and said that moving forward, the studio will prioritize quality over everything else. So the secret of the movie business is quality. It's the best business strategy for both theatrical motion pictures and superhero movies. The movies don't have to all have the same tone or interlock with other DC movies or have an Easter egg that sets up another film. Quality is the most important factor for a studio, and the biggest thing you can do to influence quality is the filmmaker that you hire.
I'm glad they're just now figuring that out. The quality. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And here it says that the Batman doesn't take place in the main DCEU timeline, but the film will kickstart its own shared universe. 2 HBO Max series centered on the Gotham City Police Department and Colin Farrell's Penguin are already in development, and multiple sequels to the Batman are planned. There are also 2 separate Superman movies in development, both presumably taking place in their own universes as well. Plus, the recently aired Peacemaker finale confirmed that Henry Cavill's Superman and the Justice League still exists in DCEU, further complicating the timeline. So, but here's like, to me, that's a good thing and a bad thing, right? Like, because it's a good, okay, they should be definitely focusing on quality over everything. But Warner Brothers is the one that fucked the quality out of the Zack Snyder movies.
Yeah.
You know, they're the ones that fucked it up. So I don't know if he was saying that to himself, more or less, there, or if he's just like, we're going to prioritize quality from now on. Like, you know,
Yeah.
instead of trying to interconnect all these, it's like, and I'm sitting here like, you're the one that fucked it up,
Yeah.
right? Like, you had some
Everything was
say in.
fine.
Yeah, exactly. Everything was fine. They listened to what the fandom thought that they wanted. And this is something that comes up a lot here lately. You know, people think that they want one thing. And then when they get Justice League directed by Joss Whedon, they realize, oh, we really didn't want that thing we thought we wanted. We want that other thing back.
Yeah. And we don't ever want to
It's,
see him direct anything else again.
yeah, exactly. Right. So, I mean, and hey, if they're going to do like, they're like, if this Batman is going to be its own thing, and if somehow they decide to bring Affleck back and let him do his own Batman story, I'm fine with that.
We'll
I'm
see him
fine with 2
again.
super. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with all that stuff. Like, it's fine. But like, the problem is you don't have someone like a Feige. You
Mhm.
don't have someone that can actually sit down and map out what they're going to do with not only like the core characters, but also the extended catalog of characters that you can pull from. Like, you don't have anybody doing that.
Well, they were like, well, you know, like I saw people saying shit like, well, James Gunn, and it's like, wait a minute now, James Gunn he's really good at doing like what he does,
Yeah.
and that's not like the Batman movie. That's not James
No,
Gunn
not at all.
at all.
No.
So it's like he's good at
Suicide
doing
Squad.
his thing.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, that little world he's created,
Yeah.
that's great. But as
Yeah.
for like a showrunner, no.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Like DC, I think that when DC finally gets their shit together over there and like actually starts committing to like the long form story that spans multiple movies and things like that, I feel like the comic book like properties are just going to start, it's going to be on the downtick when they figure it out. And I think that like maybe with Batman and maybe with Superman, you will have some audience retention there, but I think the mass majority of people are going to be fatigued from it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's going to happen. We have to admit, like, at some point, there's going to be superhero fatigue that's going to happen, and it's going to go the way of the Western. And then we'll get a Batman movie ever so often. We'll get a Spider-Man movie ever so often. We may get like some one-off, you know, superhero film here and there, but like, it's going to play itself out. That's why I'm enjoying it now for what it is, because I know that like, give it another 20 years.
Yeah.
If we give it another 20 years, it'll be right around 50 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or 40, 30, 40, 50, somewhere in there. Like, it'll be time. It'll be time to move past that. So there is a new Alien movie in development from Don't Breathe director. So the Don't Breathe director is Fede Alvarez, which he did something that we watched recently, right? Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He wrote that. The new one.
You didn't like direct
The,
it or anything?
no.
Okay.
So the Alien franchises came a long way since its relatively small 1979 origin, and now it looks like a new standalone movie, and the franchise is coming courtesy of Don't Breathe filmmaker Fede Alvarez. According to sources, the new movie will not be connected to either the upcoming TV series or the previous movies in the Alien franchise, although Ridley Scott will be on board to produce the new movie, which is said to have been picked up by 20th Century Studios purely off the strength of Fede's pitch. Hollywood Reporter revealed the news on this project, which is thought to be forming part of 20th Century Studios' plans to produce 10 movies a year for the Disney-owned Hulu platform. This would be the first feature film based on the Xenomorph since Disney bought out Fox, who owned the rights to the franchise. While the Disney deal struck fear into the hearts of many fans of the once R-rated movie series, news that it will be Hulu bound should at least settle some fears that the film will be pulled down to a PG-13 rating.
Seems like it's gonna be an experiment to see what they can do before they actually move forward with like the Ridley Scott story.
Yeah, and not only that, but like look, this dude, he wrote
He did Evil
the
Dead.
he did Evil Dead, yeah,
wrote and directed.
yeah.
I haven't
he
seen Don't
also-
Breathe, so I don't know if those are good
It's
movies or
good.
not.
I haven't seen that either. But
Don't bridge. It's a silly time.
I like that actor.
Yeah.
Oh, he does. Oh, it's one of those where when it goes off the deep end, it stays there.
right. But every time I see like news about like the Alien franchise and stuff, like I'm excited for this guy, and I think that if anybody could tackle, an Alien film that isn't connected to any of the other Alien franchise, like I think that he could be the one that tackles it. I think that he did a fantastic job on Evil Dead, and I would love to see like what his contributions to the story for Texas Chainsaw Massacre was and how they potentially screwed it up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But every time I see an article about them working on a new Alien film and all this stuff, it just infuriates me that much more to not let fucking Blomkamp do his story. Like I mean, you couldn't have put it any better on a silver fucking platter than have the guy that did District 9,
Mm-hmm.
do a continuation, a legacy sequel to a sequel, and have the entire crew or entire cast back on board and have a fucking story that they're like, yeah, let's fucking do this shit.
And to even have bagged your main character coming back
Yes.
after so long, because with legacy films, that's everything to them is being
Yeah.
able to. That's the point of what they are, It is a way to get
Yeah.
some old actors back on screen.
And fucking Sigourney Weaver was back on board. Michael Biehn was back on board. Even the fucking chick that played Newt, who's a fucking psychiatrist now or whatever the fuck she's doing, she's like, yeah, I'll take a break from that to come back and fucking play Newt again.
Mm-hmm.
The story must be really fucking good then. It infuriates me. I love the Alien franchise. I love Prometheus. I love Alien Covenant. Like even the bad Alien movies are good, in my opinion.
More.
Yeah. But like I said, and I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited for this dude's vision and what he could potentially bring to it and the kind of lore that would come with it, especially since it's not going to be connected to like any of the Sigourney Weaver films or any of the Prometheus like prequel type films. That's kind of an interesting thing. That's going to be really cool to see how that plays out. But let fucking dude do his fucking sequel, man. Like I know it's never going to happen now, but like it's so fucking frustrating. Something else that's frustrating as fuck. The Crow reboot is back on.
No
Oh
shot.
God.
No shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't
Says
happening,
with
guys.
Get
I mean-
outta
It ain't
here.
happening.
Get it out.
With comic book movies and tales of revenge all the rage, it's incredible that we still have yet to see a reboot of the Crow franchise. Well, that may be about to change. As
Well,
producer Ed Pressman, who owns the rights to bringing The Crow back to the screens, has offered a promising update on the reboot. Y'all interested to hear what he had to say about it?
Oh yeah.
The Crow is a kind of anti-superhero, unique to the world of graphic novels. Ed said, let's see, hold on. Said while discussing the project recently, the report goes on to state that Ed said he and his partners expected to announce a new director and cast in the near future, and relevant that the perspective, the Crow project will be a reboot.
He also
Lord,
produced all the
Jeffy.
other Crows movies. The shitty ones.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
gonna need to
here's the
know who's
thing.
starring in it, man.
They've had some great fucking choices attached that have dipped out.
Here's their
Like,
list of people that they're like, these might be the people. All right. You got
okay.
Bradley Cooper, Mark Wahlberg, no.
Ooh.
Channing Tatum, Robert
What? I'm a
Pattinson,
crow. I don't think he's going to
James
do it now.
McAvoy, Tom Hiddleston. That's a good pull. Alexander Skarsgård. That's all.
Remember when Momoa was attached? He's like, I'll
Yeah.
fucking do the crow. Fuck yeah. You know?
They even put pictures of him out dressed up as the Crow.
Yeah. And it was like, cool. And nothing.
Yeah.
I think that we'll get that Alien sequel before we get a Crow reboot
I don't think we'll
or
get a Crow
remake.
movie. Yeah.
I think that what Pressman needs to do is fucking come off them rights. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on now. But
that could be a banger of a franchise.
oh,
if
for
done
sure,
properly.
dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it would work very well as a fucking series.
Yeah.
Could you imagine 8 episodes, darkness?
Maybe on like
You know?
HBO Max.
8
yeah.
hours of darkness.
Yeah. It's just some fucking white shows up every now and then in the darkness. You see a little face.
It's just the Crow playing guitar on the rooftops
Yeah.
for 8
Morning.
fucking hours
Yeah.
with
So,
crows flopping in the fucking moonlight.
so all you gonna do up there?
I'm quite lonely.
Yeah. I don't know why we're making it British, but that's even better, right?
Tom Hiddleston.
I think it's because like when you look at the Crow, I think of oh man, what's his name from the Mighty Boosh? Noel Felding.
Oh my God, yeah. Could you imagine him?
Playing
Captain
a
Cabinets.
playing a little blues with a
Yeah.
cheeky fringe.
Like, where'd you get that trench coat? Top Golf.
Yeah. That's where fucking Crow
The
Shop's at.
The darker the soul, the higher the shelf.
The joke does make sense.
All right, last up here. I thought this was pretty interesting, and I wanted to drop this in here because this really gives you some insight on some of this stuff. So, with Marvel and DC creating tremendous ongoing stories on the big screen, there has to be a question of how much involvement the comic book giants have regarding new elements being introduced to the MCU and the DCEU. One person who has better experience than most is James Gunn, who, having directed and written movies on both sides of the comic divide, has been explaining just how often the powers above step in on the writing process. Gunn is currently working on Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and just saw the finale of his Peacemaker series play out on HBO Max. In a reply to a recent tweet, the director explained how the interaction of both Marvel and DC has been mostly exaggerated in the eyes of the public. So this is what he had to say about it. People overestimate the interaction of both DC and Marvel around this stuff. Most notes have to do with making the story better, except in extremely rare situations, such as a legal situation or if there's a contradiction in another project I don't know about. It doesn't come up. So that's very interesting where it's like, and it really makes you wonder because like, all right, so James Gunn, like he set up Guardians of the Galaxy, he did all that stuff, he more or less built the cosmic side of the Marvel universe like from the ground up for the most part, right? And then he did Suicide Squad, where he just pulled in the most ridiculous characters and put them in the Suicide Squad and had a crazy story that played out because of it. Like his involvement is like, okay, I want to do this, and they're going to be like, yeah, go do that, that's cool. Also, you can't mention this one thing because we've got something planned for that, but we're not going to tell you what's planned for it. But when you have something as tight knit, like something that is grounded on Earth, like Spider Man, for example, you have to imagine that, like, that story, like Doctor Strange, the story in and of itself, right there, has to be done to a T to not contradict itself, to make sense for audiences to easily digest what is happening in these situations and in these stories. I think that like from his point of view, yes, there's not a lot of involvement. They're like, oh, James wants to make a movie. Let's give him some money and let him go play in the fucking space world or go play with the villains or whatever he wants to do. But I also feel like something that's gonna, because they've already said Doctor Strange is basically gonna like set the foundation for what this next arc is going to be for Marvel, right? You have to imagine that something that big, something that is that big of a scope that's going to just reshape everything for the most part. There, Feige and team is probably sitting in like, okay, there's certain fucking points that we need to hit. There's certain fucking high, you know, these plot points have to be introduced and explored, and then anything outside of that realm, you can kind of go crazy and do what you want to do. And that's insane to think about. But yeah, I mean, for Gunn, yeah, I absolutely believe that that's how it's been for him. You know, he set up the Guardians. You know, he set up Ego. He set up a couple of other, a couple of other characters, but more or less like the things that he was doing inside of the Marvel universe really didn't impact what was happening on Earth, like really at all.
No.
So it's crazy to kind of sit down and break it down on that type of a technical level, you know? So, but I'm excited. Like I said, before we started, I've been watching Peacemaker. I've got one episode of that left. I loved what he did with Suicide Squad. Of course, I loved what he did with Guardians, and I'm glad that they're bringing him back on board for that. So he's got a very unique style, a very unique perspective on how to do stories inside of the comic book world. And more or less, like I feel like Peacemaker plays out kind of like a comic book does.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it gets fucking crazy and out of left field, but like it absolutely plays out like a comic book. So, but speaking of comic book, I mean, I went and saw Batman. You know, I think Adam went and saw Batman,
I
right?
watched it.
I couldn't. There's been something in the way, so
my fucking shit went dead for a second. Sorry, I didn't hear anything.
I was saying I didn't see it because there's been something in the way.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
I
I like what you did there. Yeah. Do you want to give it a pre-star?
I mean, yeah, of course it gets a star.
I mean, yeah.
Like
And
a Batman.
let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Like I'm giving it a full star, and I will say that this is probably my favorite Batman movie that they've ever made.
Very bold words.
Yeah, right. Like,
Pat
But I
does
mean, But anyone who can read the room can tell that it's getting praises. It's hitting all the check marks. So I'm
Yeah,
sure I'll
yeah.
really enjoy it as well.
Yeah. So, but that's all I got for movie news. Do y'all have anything for the? Just anything interesting? There's a lot of movie news going on right now about Batman and what could be coming in the future and all that kind of stuff. So I purposefully left a lot of that stuff out because I mean we didn't do Batman on this episode, and not everybody's seen Batman, so
Yeah.
no reason to ruin.
I don't want to read the article because fuck that. But they're gonna do an I Am Legend 2 with
With
Will
fucking
Smith
Michael B. Jordan.
yeah, and Will Smith.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
leave
I
it,
Now,
saw that.
leave it alone.
yeah, but here's the thing. Now, in the alternate ending, doesn't die, right? Didn't
No,
he
well,
die in the movie?
both happen in the they both reach the same ending, just two different ways.
Did he die? For
Um,
some reason, I just feel like he died. I thought I remember him dying.
Yeah, and one of them he died in the fire.
well, in the last one, they still leave, but
Yeah,
he's down there with the patient, and it's the difference between what we got in the theatrical and that cut is that you find out that what's supposed to be vampires, they're intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Omega Man.
They just wanted they just
Ah,
wanted they just wanted their girl back, and they did,
Yeah.
and they kind of had this little moment like, I see you, and and then they leave.
Yeah. I got you, bitch.
yeah.
Could you
Bitch.
imagine? Yeah, Will Smith, I got your bitch.
Yeah.
I mean,
I Am Legend is probably one of the best vampire stories for sure. Like, it's definitely a personal favorite of mine. And while the original movie isn't terrible, it's not that story.
No,
right.
dude.
Like,
Yeah.
never mind. It's got nothing to do with the casting. I thought Will Smith was great in I Am Legend, but it's not the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm still waiting for a true I Am Legend adaptation.
I would think then a reboot would have been a better idea. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
possibly do it, do the story this
Well, like
time.
it would be cool if they elaborated a little bit on the idea that like when he like during the day he's out clearing buildings, like
Mm-hmm.
taking them out while they're sleeping and shit. And then at night he, holds down the fort, and he's turned his kitchen into a workbench, so he's just sitting there making steaks all night, just fucking trying to keep them taunting him because they all hoard around his house, and they all still talk, they're all still intelligent, so they're just trying to they're just talking shit all night, trying to get in or trying to get him to come out. Like at one point he's been out in that shit for so long that like the women will like strip down, try to
Yeah.
appeal to his more
His
his more primitive feelings, and like
his urges, Trav.
yeah, the psychological effects of it on it, and also just little things, man. Like he's not a doctor like he is in the movie.
Yeah.
In the story, just over time being out in the wasteland like that, that's
Yeah.
what you want to call it. He just decides like, I'm gonna figure out what the fuck's happening. So he just raids the library, gets all the medical books, gets a fucking microscope, and just slowly learns human biology. Which, if you've got nothing to do, there's no power, there's no TV, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you probably get pretty efficient pretty quickly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So one of many things, but whatever. That's not the movie. Yeah.
I mean, when it comes out, we've definitely got
Oh,
we got to
I'll check
peep
it
it,
out.
right? Yeah.
The last one came out like 15, 16 years ago.
Shit, I think I went to the movies and watched it.
It was like
I saw it in the
2007, I
movies.
think.
Yeah. I was still in high school, yeah, so weird to think that we've been graduated that long.
Dude, when
It's
I was
crazy to
looking
think it
back at
came
it, I
out the
thought it.
same year as The Dark Knight.
Damn.
Yeah, The Dark Knight's almost 15 years old, right?
Hmm.
It came out
It'll
in
be this year.
2009?
Let me ask you this:
It was 8.
after y'all seeing the Batman, um, what's our guarantee of seeing Riddler costumes for Halloween?
I don't think that no.
Okay.
Not the classic costume.
Well, no. I don't
Tape
think.
tape head.
Well, I think
The
that
Gimp.
whenever you see it and kind of see what they're going for, it's a little too storm the Capitol-y, if you know what I mean.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'll just throw that down. Just say that. So, I think people will be afraid that if they fucking dress up like the Riddler for Halloween, they're gonna like cause an insurrection or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so I mean, and the Riddler's not as sexy as the Joker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll be seeing some
That's
So,
the
sexy Catwoman
weirdest
costumes though.
that was a weird comparison.
well, I mean, think about it. Like everybody dressed up as the Joker because
Cool
the
In the
costume.
Joker.
same in the same way that chicks dress up like Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you didn't see people dressing up as the Joker from the Joaquin Phoenix film because that was a little bit more, you know,
Yeah,
like
they
that was a
tend to
little
go
bit.
for the Heath Ledger costume over the.
Yeah. Well,
The
and
I'm deranged. You can't help me because I'm crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and not the fact that like this dude has like severe mental
Yeah.
illness. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
well, the Joker's laughing. Walken's Joker is like Suter Bowler effect.
yeah,
He's not laughing. It's his brain just
coping with reality.
flipping the fuck out.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. So,
If either one of
I
you
mean, that's
guys dressed up as the
not that
Joker for Halloween, you could be
not
like,
that people who have that are negative. It meant
you
just
could
for the
be
sake of
like,
that movie.
you dressed up as Heath Ledger's Joker. You'd be like, well, know how I got this beard? Cause I know you ain't shaving your beard for the costume. You just paint over it.
fuck no, dude.
Well, know how
Yeah,
I got this beard?
yeah.
My wife hated razors.
No, I don't think that we'll see. I mean, we'll probably see some Batman costumes for sure,
Catwoman.
So
and Catwoman.
do we find out if it is the Kevin Smith nod with the emblem on his chest, like it being the guns that killed his parents? Like, is that the origin of that? Because I remember that being something that they pointed out a while back. I'd never read that run of Batman. I'd always
No, I mean they don't touch on it or anything.
probably just like a visual nod. Then
There's
that's
too
that's
much.
that's supposed to be a Kevin Smith little nod there.
He'll
I
be
mean,
crying.
yeah.
He's live.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. Oh, he's going live tonight. They're doing Fat Man on Batman, so
He's
I'm
probably
sure they'll be
already
talking about
crying.
Batman.
Yeah,
Cease and desist. I meant Fat Man Beyond.
Uh,
but yeah, I'm ready for trailers, man.
We finally got our bullet train. Hey,
the trailer time.
last week I said that David Lynch. It's not David Lynch. It's David Leitch.
David Leitch.
Yeah, it's a different David.
Who the fuck is that?
I looked him up. Let me go look.
An original movie, Bullet Train, from director of Deadpool 2.
That's it. Deadpool 2.
I mean, it wasn't the best of the Deadpools, in my opinion.
He also did. Oh God.
Uh,
Atomic Blonde.
Yeah. Oh, Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh.
Oh,
He did.
what a mouthful.
What about this right
John
here?
Wick,
Director.
unaccredited.
Yeah, John Wick uncredited.
How
What the
does that
fuck does
work?
that mean? Yeah. Did they fire him?
Hobbs and Shaw. At least that's the only Fast and Furious he's done.
Well, he's doing one called Fast and Loose.
I think that's a porn parody.
Um,
Oh, it's got Will Smith in it. What the fuck?
After the leader of a criminal organization suffers memory loss from an attack, he reunites with his crew, only to find that things aren't what he thinks they are.
Change the name.
Wait, is this Fast and Loose?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought it was gonna be a heartwarming basketball story.
Yeah, yeah, right. But yeah, let's see what this bullet David Lynch or John David, yeah. When I was like, is he
I
even
don't know
allowed to
why
make
I don't know why I'm laughing. I guess I'm hearing Adam's impression of his going, watch my trailer for my film Bullet Train.
Yeah. The weather's pretty good.
I
In
don't
the
think that
trailer.
he's allowed to make movies anymore.
It is a
dude.
paltry 84 degrees outside.
Yeah. Here in California, San Diego.
But yeah, I'm ready,
Alrighty.
man.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
What the hell, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really like that ending to the first Mission Impossible. Oh, it's dude from Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck? Okay.
Why are the words different?
Oh.
Some runtimes need a little more excitement.
So there's like 5 assassins, and he doesn't want to use guns anymore.
Just
Is
remember,
that Michael Shannon?
Brad Pitt is old.
Voss water.
I mean, it looks like a silly time
Straight up
though.
over the top, ain't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and with Brad Pitt attached, like, he's like, I want to do something fun.
That's the word.
Yeah, fun.
The problem is
So
they're on a bullet train, so it's only going to be like a 30-minute movie.
yeah,
So runtime's
right.
pretty short.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if there's a Matrix cameo.
God, I hope. All right, the bubble. I've seen this trailer.
The bubble.
Yeah, this shit looks hilarious. But I'm ready.
Alrighty.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
I'm kind of excited to see this, to be honest with you.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Really?
They really did make this during the pandemic. It's kind of funny. A movie made about making a movie during a pandemic.
Yeah.
Mhm. Fool's Day, huh? What if
I
there's no
mean,
movie?
yeah, right. It's all a joke.
I heard him on Tiger Belly, and he was like, during the pandemic, they were like they were making stuff, and it was like, it was so ridiculous what you had to do. Wear
Yeah.
the thing, do this, take the test. And he was like, what if this was a movie?
Yeah.
Now it is.
I mean, I'm kind of interested to see, like, I like Judd Apatow. And, you know, I mean, I'm more excited to see his take on everything other than fucking Adam McKay.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what
this
I
looks
mean?
way better than Don't Look Up.
Yeah. So, and it's got Duchovny in it, dude. It's got the D-Cove, you know? So
'Cause,
Apollo 10 and a half.
yeah, this next trailer, it's Richard Linklater.
Oh, it's going to be
Oh,
weird, right?
well, dude, the animation style is like a Scanner Darkly kinda.
Oh, fuck. He's
Yeah.
going back.
I
Oh,
don't know, man.
goddamn.
When I
Are they
saw
doing
the
the
trailer, I
drugs?
was like, whoa, that looks like, kind of like a Scanner Darkly, the way they
Yeah.
like rotoscoped it, and like they film it, then they put the animation over what they filmed.
Right.
It kind of has that cool look. But
It's got
didn't he do
Jack Black.
Slacker?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that counts.
It counts.
All right, y'all
I'm ready,
ready?
man. Yeah, yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
It's an odd style.
Oh, he directed a Scanner Darkly. Now that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, Black. Fun fact about Jack Black: his parents did work at NASA.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's what I call a Jack fact.
Yeah.
Tells everyone, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't find like a really smart short person. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
dude.
Like,
Yeah. I mean,
also
that should
drops
be.
April 1st.
Yeah.
Might be a joke.
Have you ever seen Boyhood?
I don't think
No.
so.
If you guys ever have the opportunity to watch it, you should. You should take. It's a long movie. It
Isn't
is.
that the one where Ethan Hawke films
Yeah. So he
this
filmed.
kid? Yeah, it's like
They,
throughout different times and like different decades.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've
They.
seen this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it whenever it came out because I'm like, so he filmed it over the course of like almost 20 years.
Yeah.
And that's like fucking it's insane. You know, like it's of course Linklater like crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
But Ethan Hawke and the kid's performance that was in that film, so good,
You
man.
actually see him grow up over like a decade.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
But when they start it, he's like 4 or 5, and when they're ending it, he's like 15 or 16. So they would get together every couple of years and film.
It's nutty, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's like, no, I want to use the same kid. They're like, buddy's
Yeah,
6. We'll be
yeah.
back. We'll come back. We'll circle
It's
back
cool
around.
to yeah, it was cool to see it happen like in real time. You know, while you're
Yeah.
watching the movie. You know what I
Well,
mean?
what's crazy
And
about
then
that is if you put all your eggs on that, all right, you're 8 years in,
yeah,
a few more years to go, and something happens to one of the cast members. Holy
yeah,
shit,
I
you know?
know. Yeah. Yeah. Ethan Hawke does a great job, and the female lead, I can't remember who it was, but she did a great job as well. And it's crazy because you don't think like to a certain point, like you know, once an actor reaches a certain age, they kind of stay timeless for
Hmm.
from like I would say their mid-20s to like their late 40s or mid-40s. You know, there's a 20-year gap where you can kind of tell that they're aging, but not really. They can go in there and make them look around about the same age. You know what I mean? But actually seeing like Ethan Hawke get older, because when they did this film, he was already like what in his 40s, maybe even older than that. So I don't know, it's crazy.
Well, what's nutty
I'd
about
do
that
it.
is as they're filming, you see the world changing around them in
Yeah,
real
exactly.
time. The
Right.
computers, the
Yeah.
TVs, the
Yeah. Yeah. I would pot it, you know?
yeah, Trisha
That's what she
Arquette.
said. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. But League of Super Pets, I'm kind of excited about this for real.
This trailer just kind of looked funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like them, I watched the first little few seconds of it, and I was like, yeah,
I'm ready.
all right. 3, 2, 1, play. I think Keanu Reeves is playing Batman. Yeah. Yeah. He just keeps naming people. Whoever Morgan Freeman played. That's the way you do something like this, man.
Yeah. I kind of want to see that, dude.
It looks ridiculous.
It seemed like those
Yes.
fucking Lego
looks like a-
movies kind of opened that up.
It's like
Yeah.
a good family movie.
That's so fucking funny. Mostly alone. All right, the last bus. I've heard a lot of fucking buzz on the internets about this, but I don't,
It looks
I
like
don't know.
something.
I mean,
This guy's comment, the Umbrella Academy Season 3 looks way different than I thought it would.
let's fucking pave it, dude.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. It's very colorful. By removing the people. Oh. That's what it's doing.
Yeah, right.
Get on the Magic School Bus.
What the fuck
Yeah.
are we watching? Please let this be a normal field trip. With the friends?
Yeah.
No way.
Is that Mia Khalif?
No. Ooh.
This looks and sounds Doctor Who as fuck.
It almost
Yeah.
looks like it was the same company that did it. Like, run, you Muppets. Fucking Muppets.
All right. It's a series. Probably won't be watching that, but
You fucking
there.
Muppets.
Yeah, you fucking Muppet.
Huxley. What the fuck is this?
Oh, yeah. I just haven't run across this.
Ready when you are.
Loading.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, what is this?
It's where they train Boba Fett.
Is this a mecha movie?
And that looks cool. I like the way it
Dude.
looks.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Damn. Unreal Engine getting out of hand, ain't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't know what the fuck's going on.
That just came out of nowhere, that trailer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind checking that out.
Yeah, for sure, right. The Outlaws. This got Stephen Merchant in it.
Mhm.
Oh God. Billions. Brilliant.
Kind of looks like a maybe Meet the Fockers type thing going on here.
Oh, okay.
This car doesn't look like it's going to be very good.
Yeah, right.
Like I told you, Carol, I don't want to be around your mom.
My mom. What about your mom? All right.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay.
It's a bag of money. It is. These movies don't normally end well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so
Really legal.
they're gonna Home Alone the community center.
They said, why am I to use condom? Man, a lot's dropping April the 1st.
For real, right?
There aren't
I,
enough hours in the day.
I think that they said that that's when the world's going to end again. So they're trying to get it all out
Oh.
there, get them numbers up before the world ends, you know?
Pre-apocalypse streaming viewership went through the roof.
Slow horses?
Got Drexel in it.
Oh, shit.
Maybe I am, and maybe I'm not.
Meow, meow, meow. Wait, wrong horses.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. April the 1st.
Wow.
God damn. Damn.
It's like the UK's Blacklisted.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
Or Blacklist. You know, the James Spader show.
Yeah.
Robert California.
Ultron.
Post Stargate. Interdimensional.
There's another movie dropping April the 1st.
Yeah.
Oh, Off-World Activation.
This is only in theaters though.
Oh. Or is it?
Oh, clever name.
Yeah.
Unless you're watching this one.
Let's
3,
do
2, 1, play. Ada.
the
Every time I see her, I have to say that.
It's like nothing we've seen before because we don't watch many movies.
Weird aspect ratio.
Another one of those. No, you just need some fingernail clippers, dude.
Ooh la la. Shit wart.
You're saying it's enchanting and poignant. Ooh.
That
Does she
doesn't
have
look
to? I'm calling it now. She's gonna get someone. They're gonna have a love story. Then she's gonna kill him, and it's gonna keep her young.
Ada. Yeah.
Roll credits.
All right, The Master. Is this the fucking Joaquin Phoenix film?
Uh-uh.
They're bringing it back
tell the truth? When he flips out on Philip.
on Philly C.
Oh, fucking L Hub. Calm L Hub.
Yeah.
Captain
All
ain't
right,
shit. Alright. 3, 2, 1, play. Hmm. Got Jordan Peele kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Even the music. Get Out shit.
Yeah.
Cannibalistic white people?
And they like dark meat.
Well, we'll
Amazon.
see. What the fuck is this? In Space with Markiplier?
It's a movie
Is he
that he
making a
made.
movie?
Yeah.
What?
It's a whole movie. I thought it was a
Well, that's
joke because and then it was like April the 4th. I was like, all right, maybe it ain't a joke.
hell. Let's peep it, man.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. It's almost like the camera view is like a person.
Yeah.
Is this going to be one of those where you got to pick what you want to do?
Yeah, I think
Kind of
so.
looks like that.
Yeah.
Damn. So you just got to do it and do it till you get it right. Boo-wee. Interesting.
I feel like my kids are gonna watch this.
Yeah, right. All right. The girl from Plainview.
Y'all know her, don't you?
Oh, Plainville. Yeah. I think I had a relationship with her at one time.
I think this is actually based on a true story. And y'all, I think y'all remember when you start watching back when this happened.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. After she repeatedly told him that he should do it.
Yeah.
And then milking it. That's fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a kind of love that I've experienced before, and I did not enjoy it.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah, right.
He's a man
Said
eater. This is a sci-fi movie. Sci-fi.
With fucking Malkovich.
The thing you have to talk about is. I just finished watching.
Space Force.
In case you haven't read The Room, this is a wig.
Let's fucking see what weird shit he's doing.
3, 2, 1, play. Ooh.
There's some paper.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a Malkovich film for sure.
Malkovich.
I only read novels in paperback.
DMZ, I've heard about this, but I've never read it.
The Demilitarization Zone.
Leaps off the pages of the acclaimed DC graphic novel.
I ain't never heard of it.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
I remember when this was released, but I didn't ever get involved.
All right.
3, 2, 1, play. Looks like it's got the budget.
Yeah.
Third, Rainbow Six: The Division.
Okay. Whoa.
Doctor Strange, what'd you do?
They're going to recycle the set for I Am Legend 2.
Yeah.
Dude, the live action PUBG looks crazy. This ain't no neutral
Ain't
territory.
nothing neutral about this.
That'd be $5, Buster.
Yeah, Buster.
If you're not first, you're last. All bets are off. Shot to the heart. Rosario has to keep that Ahsoka physique, so she's gonna do a bunch of action movies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, Batman.
Okay. Deep water.
Hulu.
I'll watch anything with this chick in it.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. It's got Batfleck in it. Been a flick.
I mean, I know you's eating cantaloupe over there.
Hmm.
I'll drink myself. I mean, never mind.
I know why I want to stay with her.
It ain't your beauty, it's your booty.
Is this gonna be like their Eyes Wide Shut?
Oh, she's like an expensive call girl.
So you're gonna
He's
murder
gonna
her?
get jealous,
He's-
dude.
He's in love with a stripper.
Been a flick.
Are they
He's
gonna
gonna
become
kill her.
like a killer couple?
I think it's some Gone Girl vibes, right?
Jealous as fuck.
Yeah.
A movie about jelly.
Is this a fucking real movie? Sharkula?
It's a real low budget movie.
Oh my god!
It's so
A
low
pure-
budget that they shot it in like 23 frames and then tried to speed it. You'll see.
There's
It
like a
doesn't. The
knockoff
video
Rob.
doesn't play right.
There's like a knockoff Rob Zombie song where it's like a Sharkula is like a fucking wave runner,
Oh,
you
as soon
know?
as it starts, it's like,
To the condo.
yeah.
Oh god. It looks like they took the cover of Helsing and just photoshopped it. Or Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman.
Comments is still a better little story than Twilight.
Yeah.
All right,
The
3. What's that?
This guy said the fact I've seen vines with better special effects makes me want to see this.
It's pretty
Let's
bad.
do it.
3, 2, 1, play. I couldn't pass up the title. This was shot on a cell phone.
What?
They didn't even bother to color grade the footage.
Dude, we've got to fucking watch
That
that.
ending chomp. Oh my god.
I'm down to watch it if it's not the frame rate's not fucked up like
I
that.
mean,
Yeah,
sounds
motion
obviously like
sickness.
sounds like Ghost did the soundtrack.
I need to mark
That's
that down
fucking-
so I don't forget it.
Sharkula.
That's amazing, dude.
That needs to be the new theme song for Shark Tank.
Sharkula.
They are a
Just
bunch of
that little
sharkulas.
that little fucking surfer riff that do 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 do.
And it just does a chomp, chomp.
Chomp. Infinite Storm. Sounds like a move.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
It's got Naomi Watts in it.
Yeah. Fun fact. A little shinfo for you.
Don't climb this fucker. But she's gonna.
Oh yeah. Her favorite movie was Cliffhanger when she was growing up.
You're gonna say yes again in about 30 minutes.
Yeah. You never do anything like this alone.
No.
Never. Wasn't she wasn't she in that trailer where the kid was like, I'm hiding in the room and she's just running?
Yep.
Was
Yeah.
that her? Okay.
Sharkula. Brought him back. That's why you don't do shrooms on the mountain. Uh,
Based on a true story.
mistake. Mistake.
Well, if he dies, she could use him as a Swiss Army man.
Yeah.
So
Why are white people always doing like mountain climbings and shit?
To say
You
we
know-
did it. Duh.
Dude, fuck that.
I mean, I don't know. I
I'm
mean,
not.
isn't that the excuse for everything though?
I guess.
I
But
mean,
fuck
I ain't
that.
climbing no mountain.
No, dude.
I
I'm
mean,
not.
that's why we're gonna
No.
watch Naomi Watts do it.
Yeah.
I just finds a dude sitting up there. I'm like, bro, you ain't wearing the right kind of jacket for this. Like,
No.
If she would have tapped him on his shoulder when he just like turned around, he's playing the Switch.
Yeah. I'm busy,
trying to get a
bitch.
little peace up here, you know?
You just
Yeah.
fucked up my Metroid save. What do you want? Like,
It's like,
Like, you need a
alright.
bigger jacket. He's like, nah, this is LL Bean. Cool.
I'm here with the Weather Channel. Rick Cantrell is 2 meters that way. Fuck off. Dude comes up with a thermos. Or yeah, fucking Cantrell. He's like, is there a problem here, guys? The wind's still just blowing like relentlessly.
It's like, what's he doing? Mm.
Well,
All right.
find out now
Links.
with your local on the 8s.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. I like that guy.
Yeah.
I feel like this role should have went to Dalia. That like the way the dude looks.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Looks that's the one from Gemstones.
But is that Oscar Isaac though?
No.
Oh no.
Venus. Oh shit. All right.
Damn. Oh, that was the dude from the New Girl. Okay. That's right. So, and Minx is a series. Okay.
It had the woman on there that played Andre's wife on Gemstones Trav. It was that blonde-headed
Oh,
chick.
Hell yeah.
Did we talk about what we're gonna watch next week?
Oh. Was it the Adam Project?
Oh yeah. Fucking right.
I'm down with that.
That comes out right
Yeah, hang on.
March the 9th. So it comes
Yeah.
out tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
That was it. Fucking bored.
I mean, I'm excited to check it out. It looks like it's going to be a great, silly time, you know?
Yeah, same company did Free Guy, so it will be. I'm sure.
But yeah, boy.
Hell yeah. Checks in the mail.
Yeah.